Welcome on back to the channel, y'all. We are just up for a monstrous adventure today. Me and OSG here in Big Bend National Park, located in South Texas, and really close to the Rio Grande right now. We've started our journey out here. This was your idea.
It was my idea.
It is a baby moon. She wanted to come see the park, and we are testing the limits of the OP, and we are doing some off-grid overlanding camping, if you will, over here in, they call this backcountry camping. So we got a backcountry permit, and we are off of Old Ore Road is what it's called. They tell you have to have an off-road vehicle to even come down here. It is just a rocky, nasty road, and we are in the middle of nowhere. The next campsite from us, I think, is like 2 miles. We're at our own devices, y'all. If something happens, we're kind of screwed. But we're gonna set up camp right here, and there's not a drop of water to be found, fishing freaks. So sorry to tell you, there ain't gonna be no fishing in this video, but we are gonna do some adventure camping.
I tried to take you as far away from the water as possible, and I think
you did it. We're in the desert. Now, where we started out this morning, it was really neat because we had the Chizos Mountains all around us. We had quite a few trees, and we went into these draws, and there was a lot of shade, and we saw lots of wildlife. It was a really cool experience. And I was unable to find a camp spot for longer than one night. Like, everything is booked, so I literally had to just pick 4 different spots, actually 5 different spots around this park. So we're getting to see a big chunk of Big Bend. I've never been down here. You guys are going to love the scenery down here. It's pretty incredible. It's one of our national treasures. But being a Texan, it's a bucket list thing to come down here. So how we got it set up here, guys, for survival, we have an extra 5 gallons of diesel. We've already had to utilize that. Some extra drinking water right here. That's another 5 gallons. We just filled up our tanks in the other park area, so we got potable water in these tanks. We got 60 gallons of that, and we're about to do the setup of the OP out here in the desert. Terrible gas mileage coming down here in the southern wind, about 20 mile an hour in my face with all the extra weight, 12.5 miles to the gallon. Not the best. There's lots of just spots of rocks like this. You know, I really should deflate my tires. Just driving over it, you know, you don't want to have a puncture out here because no one is coming to save your rear end. Like I said, bears are in the park, so we do have to lock up our food if we didn't have the OP. So they encourage everyone to do that in the camp. Literally had a mama bear and 2 cubs come into the main campground last night. They actually ended up, if you guys watch the Lake Life Family channel, we caught them over at a trash can. We were just trying to wrap up the end of the day filming a vlog, and they just showed up right there, and they were walking through the camp. The park ranger was like, oh, not again. They're actually pretty cute, and they're not any bigger than, I was gonna say you. They are a little bit bigger than you. By the day though, getting bigger. But they're only like 150 pound. They're Mexican black bears, so pretty cool. Saw a new animal, captured it. They also have mountain lions out here, rattlesnakes, scorpions, tarantulas.
Centipedes?
Again, this was your idea. Centipedes, all of that fun stuff. Hopefully this isn't gonna roll off the mountain. Comes out.
You change your truck.
So this swings right here, and this swings. So it allows you to just go down some really nasty roads. Much more nasty than my truck could even handle. Honestly, this is nicer than what I was even expecting out here. It's rough, it's harsh conditions, but the camping spots, you have to find a designated spot. You can't just go full, you can't park in the cactuses. Yeah. You gotta be in a designated area.
Backcountry,
but it's not like national forest where you have dispersed camping where you can just kind of pick anywhere. It's a little bit more organized than that. This actually came with it. This is a it says 19 millimeter Australian. This little attachment for the drill comes with a hand crank, but this just makes things real easy. There we go.
That's nice.
Okie solid as rock.
Awning and lawn chairs.
Woo! Where's the pool? I didn't see that on the
We
map.
should have brought in an inflatable pool and then used like one tank.
Yeah, seriously. Worth it. Oh, make your own shade. Look at it. Beautiful.
Oh man, baby, you do beautiful work.
Beautiful. I think we chose the right angle here for the sun for cooking this afternoon. Let's pop a top. Swing her out. Pop her in the corner. You gotta wedge your butt in here. This is the technique right here. You gotta arch it.
You gotta watch out for that tummy.
Arch it. Watch the pregnant belly on the tire. Pop these latches. This is a big bug time. This is when all the bugs can get in. So we'll watch them. This is heavy.
Yeah, there's a mouth already.
This is heavy, so ease her on in that little space.
I got you.
All right. Yep. Then you do your little latch, and you're ready for the great outdoors. Supposedly the park ranger, he told us that there is a super cool, it's his wife's favorite, they've been coming here for 20 years. It's his wife's favorite spot to go to, and it's close to here. So we're actually going to detach the truck, and we're going to head over to this place. It's called like Ernst
True.
Tadia or something like that. I don't know.
Ernest T.
Ernest T. We're going to head over to Ernest T. in Southern Talk. And supposedly there's a place to find some shade. It doesn't seem like there would be. It looks like we're just in the middle of Mexico right now.
Yeah, right now I'm getting a little discouraged.
Look around here.
It's all around.
Yeah. Like no one is coming for you. Wow.
You get stranded out here. I think that's why I'm getting a little nervous, because if something were to happen to us, nobody would know.
No one would know. They would never know. How hot is it?
How hot is it? It's hot enough to sizzle an egg.
So we went like 4 miles down Old Ore, pretty rough in the truck. You know, I was a little worried looking online to bring the Opus down Old Ore like all the way into the heart of it, but now I kind of want to because it's just made for it. We found a little canyon and supposedly there's water down here. So where there's water in the desert, I think there's usually animals. You think we're gonna find any shade down here?
There's shade right ahead in the little cavernous spot.
Yeah. Should we go in the caves?
Yes.
Oh, I see the shimmer from the water.
Ooh.
It's in that hole right there. And there she blows. Oh, this is torture for an animal because they can't get down to it.
It did say if it got low, the animals would drown because they can't get in.
Yeah.
Or they can't get out.
Oh my gosh. I don't see any bass swimming around. So I'm gonna say it's a no-go.
Oh, there's a frog.
You see a frog?
One sign of
Oh my
life.
gosh, you do. There's a frog in the gosh darn desert. What in the hay? Look at these lines right here. Like, look at the... Pretty cool. Not fishing, but pretty cool.
Oh man. It's just, there's no way to capture this.
It's too big.
It is.
This road is way bumpier than what it looks like. It looks like it'd just be flat. But oh man, I'm losing my voice. Daggum frogs have got a hold of my throat, man.
I think it's
I done.
that desert.
The cactus
Whatever it
pollen eye has gotten me. I don't know. I'm gonna need to soothe my throat with some cold Buffalo Trace. I may just have to shut up and just show you guys some beautiful stuff. So. Oh, my outdoor brethren and sisters out there. What a day it is to wake up in the middle of nowhere. And today we are heading to another camp on Old Ore Road, which is this nasty, quite nasty road. So there's two things that we need to go see down on the southern side, and then we're going to go back up and then come down Old Ore Road and go to this place called McKinney Springs. So if any of y'all are planning on doing this, you can take note of these sites, but there's definitely some cool ones just right in the middle of Old Ore as well. So we're going to make some breakfast here at the OP, and then we're going to get on the road, have another adventure today. This is Jesus. Really? There must be.
The yellow.
There must be like a hole.
It's got a
hole.
cable there, maybe, and the rocks there, maybe. Got it.
Yeah, they're up under there.
Yeah, maybe holes, you know.
With rod and reel, or with their hands?
No, with the
The
hooks.
line.
Hooks.
Hooks in the line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Muy bueno.
So he's saying they catch like 20 to 60 pound yellow cats.
Yeah,
and
right here.
Yellow catfish in this hole right here, but there's not really any bass.
Blue,
So.
I got a blue cat, pero es aquí nomás.
And blue catfish,
So, yellow cat es mucho more grande, mucho big head.
but no bass, no labina.
No.
Oh,
Just a carp.
okay. Oh, this is beautiful.
It
It's
is
a beautiful
beautiful.
place to sing and fish.
Yeah.
On the banks of the Rio Grande. Gosh, I wish I would have known. There's huge catfish in here. This would be the time. This is normally when they spawn and the river's down. Like you could go noodle for them, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the time. But I'm not getting in there. There's probably some huge alligator gar. I brought one fishing pole, guys. One fishing pole. I don't have any catfish bait though. I only have bass lures, and he told me there's no bass. There's no bass in here. I was
know
like,
you kept
bass?
asking like 4 times.
Like, sure, bass. Labinas? Mucho? No? Okay. Dang. He said tortugas. He said catfish, and he said carp. Mucho carp. So, but how cool would that be to come here and catch fish basically in the desert? Feel fulfilled that I at least got to see water.
I feel
Like it just makes me happy. Like I have to be around it, and then just talking about fishing with a fellow fisherman. All right, yes, that gave me some rejuvenation, y'all. Some rejuvenation. But what a hike! At first, when we came in here, I was like, this. What? What's wrong? What? Did you see something? Oh yeah, it's probably a turtle sliding off in the water. Now I got my polarized lenses on. I'm looking. I'm like, could I noodle a catfish if I saw one? Fishing frigate heart, even in the desert. Little time check. It is 11:35 and it is probably 92 degrees right now. So we are going to pack up and head on out. We're taking the Opus to another camp and we're going up about 1,000 feet. Thank goodness. Now, from what I've read, every 1,000 feet is about a 5-degree temperature difference. 5 degrees being cooler the higher you go. So, man, looking forward to that. But we did have an awesome hike. Saw a really cool canyon, bunch of caverns in there, caves. Got to meet Jesus. He sang us some songs. Talked about fishing. I got tempted to go fishing, which I did not expect to do while I was down here. So it was really neat. I've caught bass out of the Rio Grande, out of Lake Amistad, and Lake Falcon. I've actually fished the river on Falcon, the Rio Grande, and caught a lot of nice bass. But no bass down here. So the dangle will have to wait till I get back to some actual bass waters. But we're going to head on to a place called McKinney Springs now, and hopefully it is more beautiful than this, because this is like straight up desert. It's a whole different climate than when we first got here and stayed at the base of the Chizos Mountains. I would say this is my least favorite camp spot so far. Stephanie would agree. She's ready to look at something more beautiful. So let's pack it up and let's get on the off-road. Now we are currently traveling. I sound like a frog, I know. Apologize. We're currently traveling, that's a new word, on the north end of Old Ore Road, going about 10, 12 miles an hour in the truck. I did deflate my tires a little bit before I got on this road. You want to tell them something else? Because I just sound like, a smoker, like straight up smoker. Is there anything else you can add to this segment?
I feel like we've been traveling on these bumpy roads all day long. I'm just having a problem with them because I feel like Baby Ben's going bum 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 bum.
And there's also these little wispy buggers right here. You can probably hear that wind. That thing literally looks like seaweed on the ocean floor. Tell them your theory.
So I thought that like pretty much everything, this was like the bottom of the ocean at one time, and that was seaweed. We just went to a dinosaur exhibit to kind of chill out for, getting out of the sun. And it was saying that this was covered by ocean, I guess, how many years ago? Millions of years
80
ago?
million or something.
My theory, the pipe cleaner theory. Seaweed that never left. I've never seen those kind of, I can't even call them cactus.
They are. They're little whippies. I mean, if you were standing next to them and the wind got you, that would hurt like hell. There could be some more interesting developments.
I just put my nose in the book because I got a little nervous. I was like, well, maybe if I just don't look. I'm sweating over here because you're gonna get us stuck in the middle of absolute nowhere.
She has kind of a point, but we're gonna make it, y'all. We're gonna make it. This is kind of a doozy. Gotta figure out the right path here. It'll be easy going down. It won't be easy getting back up.
I'd rather walk. Can we backpack in?
You see now, there's nobody to book these spots.
Yeah. Is it too late to back up?
We got a lot of scratches. Tell us about those scratches.
It's a little dusty. I mean, I guess they're not that bad. I think they're still scratched.
They're light indentions, not terrible.
We made it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an off-road trip without a few of those. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? You got us here. I'm proud of you. Because if it was up to me, I would have turned around and come back the other way. Well, I don't think we're going to cook yet. We're going to chill out for a sec.
Yeah.
Chips and salsa on the other side.
Chips and salsa. I would maybe wrestle a full-grown bear for a cold Coors right now.
Ooh.
Like maybe wrestle a full adult bear. Definitely one of these Mexican black bears. I would take him down for a cold
Did you
Coors
just
right
hear
now.
my tummy growl?
No, is Ben hungry? Let's get little Ben
I'm
fed.
starving.
So we are about to cook up some dinner out here at the McKinney Springs campsite. We're about 7 miles in. I've seen one truck. I doubt we'll see another one. So there's only like 6 or 7 campsites, maybe a few more along this 26-mile road. This is the most isolated, most off-grid I've ever been in the state of Texas, especially truck camping. I've been in some crazy places, you know, hunting and stuff like that where it's remote, but this is like off the charts remote for just a park that you can go to. And here's just a couple more facts. You know, it says generators are not even allowed. You know, you got to be careful with your food. There's no campfires. This is like such a dry area. And you do have to have a permit if you do come out here. Haven't even seen a Roadrunner. So Steph is going to cook us up some stew tonight. It looks like we got some bacon going in. It's actually going to be cooler temps tonight because we came up 1,000 feet in elevation. Thank you. Over here is the Chizos Mountains. So that is where we stayed on the first night. So we're quite a bit of ways, as you guys can see. We're traveling like hours every day just to camp in new spots. I want to make sure to get an amazing star time lapse tonight. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we can get back off this old road. That one spot Steph was freaking out about has got me worried getting back up it. Coming down was easier. We're going to have to get creative to get out of here, but off to the next spot tomorrow. Let's enjoy the evening, some beautiful stars and isolation out here in the desert in the God-blessed great outdoors. Lights out. We'll see you in the morning. Another beautiful morning out here in Big Bend, and I've got a little bit of my voice back, so I'm excited. The stars last night were gorgeous. Finally got an amazing time lapse over the Chizos. Beautiful sunrise here, and we're walking this little creek bed going to this oak tree. So we saw it from our camp. We figured there's some water, and there's tadpoles living in this thing. There's literally frogs that live out here in this desert. The spring is popping up, making some fresh water here in this creek bed, and we're just looking for tracks and everything. I found some javelina tracks. Didn't get to see a javelina last night, but they're clearly in here. If you look at this mud right here, it's been all torn up by the javelinas. And then I'm looking right in the middle of the creek bed, and I see a big paw track, very big. And I have to assume that that is a mountain lion, which is quite scary. If I was a mountain lion, I would hang out here because javelinas are coming all through here. It's easy food. There's two buzzards sitting up there on the rock.
Just
They're quite creepy.
watching us.
I'm
a little spooked.
Yeah, I don't know about this because we're just getting like it's funneling down, and there's brush on both sides where we can't see. I've never seen a mountain lion track. It's my first time, and it's with you. A pregnant wife. So let's take a safer route. I have my voice. Almost had the voice back.
Not quite.
I can almost hit the notes. This is going to be a pretty trepid off-road operation here. It's going to take us probably about 2.5 hours just to get off this about 6 or 7 mile stretch of road. It is awesome though to see the landscapes change to literally, this used to be the ocean floor. So there's like old pieces of coral. There's these seaweed looking cactus plants, and we had a pretty fun exploration this morning. We're going to another part of the state park now. Every place has been different, and cool in its own aspects. You see different plants, you see different animal life, and we finally found some mule deer poop. That's good. It's like pre-scouting for my draw, if I ever get drawn in years to come down here and hunt. So we're going to continue the off-road overlanding journey with the truck and the Opus and get to our next spot. So enjoy the ride. Creep it on up. I think we're just gonna go right at it. I think I've got the rocks in place enough where we can just attack it right here.
Like you're going up, you're not gonna go this way?
Well, I'm gonna go to the right a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Just can't be too extreme on one side. Slip. All right, truck's up. Now it's time for the OP. Oh, this is the crazy part. Oh, my tracks did so good. Dang. Not even a slip.
They're so smooth.
That was perfect. I think deflating the tires really helps.
It did.
It helps like grab over the tire and carry it forward.
Because going down it, not so much.
Well, that was cool. I thought it was going to be more exciting than that. I apologize, y'all. Made it look easy. I've had to shift into four-wheel quite a few times to get up through these rocky areas. You know, if I didn't have the trailer, it'd be no big deal. But I gotta say, forward low on this diesel is nasty. Shift it back into four high. When you take a number deuce in the OP camper and go off-roading, sloshing around in 96-degree weather.
It's disgusting, I swear. I can smell it in this car.
I swear I can smell it in the car too.
Okay,
It's like drifted.
It's not just me.
So I'm gonna call the toilet. The toilet is
The latrine.
the latrine is like an emergency situation. I'm thinking if it was colder, it wouldn't be a big deal, I think. But it's just like stewing. That's enough of that. Anyways, we're gonna get to our spot. The roads are still pretty bad, but they are not as bad, not nearly as bad as Old Ore. But you still gotta have four-wheel drive to get through a lot of these places.
Sorry,
You are the shot, babe.
I am the shot.
You are the shot.
You make me feel so good.
So we officially have made it to Pine Canyon. I would say it's still pretty remote. It's not quite like Old Ore, but it's still, I mean, it's still out here. Being in the RV park is cool, but just getting out on your own with the family and then not hearing a thing, not hearing another human, it's pretty awesome. And while we've been here, we haven't heard a single airplane. And while we've been on the off-grid roads, we've only seen like 5 or 6 vehicles total. So we have had very, very little human interaction. and mechanical interaction, plus our cell phone service has been basically nil. We're gonna attempt to do a hike back in here. Steph just spotted the first mule deer of the trip. I was in the zone. I was striding. She was like, "Babe, babe." I was like, "What? Something bit you?" I turned around. There's a mule deer like 10 yards off the path. Finally saw one. So up in this little canyon where it's shaded, it's cooler, and there's some greenery. There's actually some stuff for him to eat. It looks like so. Hey, little scouting for years in advance. Put a GPS waypoint on the spot. Mule deer. You're looking for doo-doo. Now let's get a damage report of today's off-roading adventure. Actually, the last few days, going down the roughest, one of the roughest roads out here, Old Ore, and really having to navigate some nasty stuff. Pretty easy fix here, but our hose, it got caught in the wheel back there. I stuffed this all the way back in this little cubby, but somehow it was able to catch, and then the roller got it. So it's all kinked up, but that's an easy fix. Another little thing that is a pet peeve for me is these little screws that lock this door in back behind here. They have stripped out. The threads have stripped out. I'm gonna have to put some JB Weld on there. Another one did it on the inside on the top latch as well. That's that little screw right there that is coming out of that side. So just needs to be JB welded in there. It should be okay. The window that's inside of there, the screen, actually the mechanism broke. So the spring inside of here, after we went down Old Ore Trail, it no longer stays. So this this bug screen right here, it wants to suck up the other screen. That one broke on the back window. All the other ones are fine though. So a few things to note on the inside. In the bathroom, the water pulls up a bunch in here. This would be a big help if this was lower. If it was just like an inch lower, it had a small grade to it, because the water's always pulling up, and I'm having to like soak up the water and take my hands and feet and like scoop it towards the drain. It's pretty annoying. And then when the water hits the door, it drains down the door. It goes out from underneath the door, and then it gets all over the floor. And if you're not level, you know, it'll drain around just depending on the grade that you're at. So I got to get some like weather stripping or something, figure that out to where it's gonna stay inside of the bathroom. One other thing that did happen, this is not a Opus problem, it was just a off-roading issue, is we did take a chunk out of the tire right there and the rim. So we came across some rocks that just couldn't avoid, that came in from the side, and busted up that rim right there. It didn't lose any air pressure though. We got a little chunk out of the tire, but it's fine. Great thing about it is we got two more on the back, old mud terrains. One more disappointing thing, I think this is maybe one of the most disappointing things for you, is the outlets though. The 110 outlets, I guess you have to be hooked up to power, to shore power, in order for them to work. So all of our outlets, like this one, I think there are 3 on this thing. None of them work. They got USB chargers, USB connections. They also have just a regular 110 outlet, and they don't work. The saving grace to that, as I brought my Jackery, and you know, I have 2 of these things. This one is the 1000. I've had this thing constantly charging my batteries for all of my recording equipment, and then we've had fans running at night off of these using 110 and recharging the little rechargeable fans, and it's only down to 52%. I've had something charging on this constantly, so I'm glad I brought that, and that's a nifty little off-grid battery to keep you out there a long time. That thing has solar panels that hook up to it as well. And now it is time to cook up some steaks here on our final night, and we're heading back to the treehouse tomorrow to get back to Emmy. And I also discovered on it was yesterday morning, that we have hit 1 million subscribers on this channel. Humongous thank you to you guys, especially the ones that have been around for a long time. I've run into some of you at lakes and other areas that you've been there since like 10,000, 20,000 subs. So thank you so much. It's a big milestone. I've been doing this over 10 years, so special thank you. And a couple of my buddies pushed me over the line. Guys like Lunkers, Flair, Hex, who am I missing? John B. even. So they bumped me over the edge, and I love those guys too. So thank you. And if you want to see more outdoor action, y'all, and me with a better voice, subscribe right now if you haven't already, and smash that like button for Surviving in the Desert with, well, it's not really surviving when you got the OP. This trip was just an amazing adventure, and it's probably the most off-grid that I've ever been when I'm not hunting, and I did it with Stephanie. So I can't believe she did all the things we did. We went on strenuous hikes every day. I mean, she kept up. So if you want to see more action from this trip, more of the hikes and all that, subscribe to the Lake Life family channel. That's our family vlog channel. It's linked down below. Thanks again, guys. Love you, and I'll see you on the next outdoor adventure.